We going on a road trip.
Yep.
This is gonna be a different one, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening again. We're gonna jump into this podcast episode because we got a lot for you guys on this one. Not a lot, but something nice.
Something nice, something definitely nice.
Right. Okay. You ready? One more thing.
Don't get about no flip phone. I'll call you and you call me and that's it. And I ain't no telephone number. I'll tell the phone.
So I don't have to. That's another thing. We gotta talk about that. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Both Sides with DJ
and Hanee
podcast. Thank you guys for listening again. Another week 29. It's like baseball. See, it's a season. We found the season longer than baseball, babes.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. There we go.
Even when we're in halfway point too, they were still just starting and still felt like a baseball. No,
we started when baseball ended.
They're gonna surpass us still.
Anyway, welcome to another one, ladies and gentlemen, of your favorite couple on the streams and on the airways. That's how I feel. I don't know. Because I don't hear nothing else. Well, maybe I should. Maybe I would get encouraged and more dialect and more stuff. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody's watching, you see that I got my hat on, hoodie on. We're going on a mini road trip. I'm taking the podcast on the road. We're going to Freckles Juice Bar to go talk to owner, my friend Felicia Forbes. We'll be giving her insight, letting you guys know where she got started. She'll let us into a beautiful establishment and allow us to record the rest of this episode there. So we're going to get into this ad. And we want everybody to make sure you stick around after the episode for announcements on what's for the season finale, when you can hear it, and those things. Yeah? We'll be off Memorial Day weekend, enjoying our Memorial Day weekend just like you guys. So
we come back the 31st.
We'll be back. Yeah, so that last episode will be the
last
31st.
episode.
Alright, so we'll be back with you guys to remind you after the episode of all these things. And Felicia Forbes will be next with Freckles Juice Bar. We'll get into this ad from Both Sides with DJ
and Hanee
podcast. We'll be back, y'all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Both Sides with DJ.
Sorry, and Hanee.
Oh my gosh, you alright? Can't be coughing all up in the juice shop like that. We are in a very beautiful location. My dear friend Felicia Forbes, owner, boss lady behind it all, Felicia Forbes is here behind Freckles Juice. We are here in the Bronx. Welcome. Thank you for coming on to the podcast with us.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me.
No, thank you for having us. Let everybody know where you're from. What got you started into juicing?
Well,
I said it like it was steroids.
Yeah, you did.
What got you into being a juice owner, Felicia?
Well, okay, I'm from the Bronx. Well, born in Brooklyn, raised in the Bronx.
You can leave the Brooklyn part out.
No. Definitely have to always say I'm from. I mean, I guess this is great being from Brooklyn.
Yeah, it is.
It's great for being from the Bronx too. It's like I got the best of both worlds.
Right.
I got the two best worlds.
Yeah,
everybody from Brooklyn running to the Bronx, and everybody from the Bronx is going to Brooklyn now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Demons out.
Yeah, that's what I say. So, and what's got me started, really is just destiny, because it wasn't a plan of mine. I didn't have something set. Like I always wanted to open a juice bar. It's just something that came along God's path, really, for me. Just really was working working in a nursing home and a hospital, driving one day, saw a location. I don't know. I just thought to myself, wow, like that would be a nice spot for a juice bar. And after that, I just started making moves to open a juice bar in the Bronx. But how I started is not how I thought I would. But
you being from the Bronx, you don't see that much. You like more so now. How long have your shop open now?
it's gonna be 4 years.
4 years. You don't see like more so now. You're seeing more.
Yeah,
shops
you'll see them more now.
But
back
when you
then,
started, I don't remember being so much. So what inspired that idea? Like, look, I'm gonna be Freckles Juice from the Bronx, and that's gonna be my brand. I'm gonna own that, and then people will follow.
Well, honestly, I worked in a juice bar in college, but it was inside of a gym. It was inside Bally Totals Fitness. So
I remember you worked at the gym. I was gonna ask, was that any way that you transitioned into it?
No, not at all. Because after that, I went to school and I was pursuing social work, and I was in my field.
It's all good.
And I was in my field. So that didn't really have anything to do with anything, really. But it did. I always liked the energy of a juice bar, which is not common. It's not common that you go to a gym and they have a juice bar and they have a vibe.
Right.
So I knew I had something special because everyone was saying to me, like all the customers, like, you need to open a juice bar. Like, you're so good. Like, and it wasn't the drinks that I was making. It was the conversation. You know, a lot of times people would come to the gym and not even work out. They'd be like, oh my God, we spent all this time speaking. Now I have to go. Like, I can't even go work out. Because now I done know about their baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, kids acting up. Yeah, so, you know, I remember this old guy, he owned a country club in Rochelle, and he actually brought me a whole bunch of information to get grants and to open a juice bar. But I was like 21 or even maybe younger than that. Maybe, I don't even think I was 21. So, like, that information, I just put it aside because I had my mind set on, you know, I'm going back to school and so this had to be, I was like at least 20, like, you know, because I took a little break after high school and I was working. And I never forget, he was like, you need to go and this is what you need to do and blah, blah. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to college. I'm going to get a job and a career. And you know what I mean? So I didn't even think of that because I didn't even open the juice bar until I was 27. So I guess I had it in the back of my mind, you know, but not really knowing that I had it in my mind until I saw that location. And if something just lit up, like, yo, we need a juice bar. Like, just somewhere we could go and chill and have a nice vibe. Like, there's nothing like that. Everything, you have to go to Harlem or you have to go to Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to create that space regardless. Like, even if it wasn't going to be a juice bar, I was like a tea shop. But something, I wanted that space where I could have that vibe, and it's not like really like you need alcohol or anything like that, you know? So that's really where the idea came from. And as I kept speaking about it, and I told my cousins and my family, like, yo, the Bronx needs a juice bar. Like, we need to do this. And I started making moves towards it, like calling the space, going to look at it. I didn't have any money or any business plan or anything like that. And that's when I realized, like, okay, it's not that easy.
Like looking back now, you saying that, do you feel like the business plan and those things were necessary, or you feel
yes, a business plan is definitely necessary. Do not start a business without a business plan because you will suffer later.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, like, right now, with how the business is, now that I'm so busy, it's like certain things that if your business goes faster than you still have to go back and do step one.
Right.
And then you know, if you don't have a plan, you planning to fail pretty much. And it's true. It really is true because you might look successful on the outside, but the inside and the back end will suffer. And I've learned that.
Is juicing for like healthy nuts, or like, do you consider?
No, it just tastes good.
If I ever had, like, anytime I drink juice, it's because it tastes good. Like, I'm never thinking
a lot of people.
First.
Some people come health first because there's people that come here that have high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, different type of sickness and illnesses. But that was never and this is why it's important to have a business plan, because then you can know the direction of your business. So right now I'm actually in the process of making a growth plan, which is similar to like a business plan, because at first it was just open because, let me get back track. So when I thought I was going to open up that space, that never happened. But I ended up going to a friend. Well, I did want to start. I wanted to lose weight, so I said I'm going to stop eating like outside. I'm going to just make a smoothie and bring it to work. And I had high cholesterol because I was at work and I was eating fried chicken and French fries every day.
It's what we're surrounded
because
by.
I was working in the VA hospital and they have vendors and they had Nathan and they had, oh my God, I never even had Nathan's until I started working there.
The hot dog, isn't it?
Not the hot dog,
sorry,
but I was eating
it.
the French fries. I was eating the fries every day and went to the doctor and I had high cholesterol and I was like, how? 24? High cholesterol? That's crazy to me. So that's when I said, okay, I'm going to make a smoothie every day. And literally, like, in a month, I went back to the doctor, and it was gone. My high cholesterol. And I was making it for taste. The smoothies.
Your favorite fruits.
I was just using my favorite fruits, banana, strawberries, mango, and then I would just add spinach or kale. Like, one little green. And trust me, not equal amount of green, just a little something. You know what I mean? And I saw a result right away. I lost, like, 10 pounds. And I wasn't going to the gym or anything. And all my coworkers were like, what are you doing? Like,
your thing.
You're oh, yeah. They were like, first they started teasing me, like, oh, here you go. You ain't going to do it long enough, blah, blah. Then next thing you know, they're giving me $10. Here, can you make me a smoothie? So I was selling these smoothies for $10, 16 ounces, a little jar, bringing it to work, $10. Because I was buying their stuff, their fruits, and whatever. And I was just giving it to them. I would just look up online different ingredients, get almond milk, water, and stuff like that. And then that's when I was still, okay, I'm figuring out how to open the juice bar. I went to my friend's house, just because so many things that happened that put me into the direction that I'm just going to try to give you the shortcut. When I went to one of my friend's house, Andrell, he's like a big sneaker head. He sells like exclusive sneakers. Like, so he has a whole big following on Instagram. Mind you, at this point, I'm not even on Instagram. I have a fake page where I'm spying. Like, I'm just like looking at people. You know one of those pages?
The FBI
I had
page.
like 2 followers. cause
2 followers and like 18.
Bro, you come in. So, because I was never big on posting my life on social media. But I did want to see, I want to be nosy because everybody's like, oh, did you see this on social media? I'm like, no. So then they're like, you need to get on social media. Like, you need to see what's going on. So that's why I was on there. So anyway, I was at my friend's house, Drizzy Kicks, and I'm at his house, and I act like I live there. Because I'm going to him for business advice because he's never had it, like, since high school, he's always worked for himself. So I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, how you didn't go to, like, you never clocked in.
Always scared to ask questions.
He's always been hustling. He used to sell candy in high school.
So he really knew.
So he could sell anything. So I knew I could, speak to him. He's been my friend since middle school. So I'm like, yo, Andrew, what's up? Like, how do I start a business? How do I go about it? Do you think I could do it? Like, and he's like, yeah, like, there's nothing out here. You should do it. So he encouraged me. So it's important to know who's in your circle. Right. You know what I mean? Because he encouraged me from day one. And then I literally just went in his fridge. I'm acting like I live there. Opened the fridge. And he has a whole bunch of juice. He didn't even tell me that he was into juicing or anything. And I'm like, what is this?
You missed these. You asking for the business plans.
Yeah.
And he got
the juice. I'm like, yo, what is this?
Right.
And he was like, oh, it's a juice cleanse. I ordered it online. He was like, I got it from Groupon. It was on sale.
That's the beginning,
and I just want to lose a little weight. So I don't know. I just ordered it. And I was like, how much was it? He was like, $140. It said on sale? $140? That don't sound like a sale. He's like, yeah, this stuff is expensive. I looked at the ingredients. I said, I will make you your next cleanse. Like, for $100. And literally, I didn't even know how I was going to do it because I only had a blender. I never had a juicer. And then I called someone like, okay, how do you get like juice? And he's like, okay, you need to go buy a Breville. You need to get this, blah, blah. My old supervisor at my job that I was working at the VA, she actually quit working at the VA to work closer to her house, and she was working at a kitchen store, Sur La Table. It's so funny, like how you leave social work to go work in a kitchen store. But it was calm. It was closer to her house, so that's what it was. But anyway, she got 40% off. And she told me from the beginning, like when I first started making my smoothies and stuff, she was like, girl, this was before she had that job. She said, I want to invest in you. I don't have the money, but I do want to invest in you. Meanwhile, my other coworkers were making fun of me. Like, no, you're not. You're not leaving this job. No one leaves this job. We got benefits.
I hate hearing things like that.
You know what I mean?
Negative Nancy's everywhere.
Right.
That's what it is.
And you know what? Literally, everyone actually left and got better jobs except for me. I was like one of the last persons to leave. So even I never forget one of my coworkers was saying, because she had like an interview to get a job, and she was like, it's so funny. As soon as you got here, you said you wasn't gonna stay here long, but everyone's leaving here except for you.
I wasn't even calling you.
That sounds like a familiar story.
And I was just like, I was like, don't worry about me. God got me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but whatever. She comes here now. She's a customer, so you know.
Shout out to her.
You know what I mean? So she's just one of the many who have said things like that. But at the same time, I had a lot of other people who were supportive. So like those negative people they can't even help you anyway. All the people that supported me has helped me drastically. Because my supervisor, she got me 40% off of Vitamix, 40% off of a Bravo. So I'm paying like basically half price. You know what I mean?
Parts of your business where you need it.
Exactly. So she told me this is what you need. She even actually had them show me how to juice things at the store. Because, you know, they do that.
Yeah, they have like classes.
They have like classes and little things like that. Got the juicer. I never forget. It was like February. Is that football season?
Yeah, probably the end of
the
it.
end of
Super
it.
Bowl.
Yeah. I was right around the Super Bowl that I remember everyone was going to the Super Bowl party and I had to make his juice. I'm like, I'm not going because I need to make his juice. And I stayed home. I made 18 juices. His sister helped me make like labels on the computer. We printed it, went to Vista, you know, whatever it did. She showed me all that stuff. I never knew anything about creating anything online, like Vistaprint or any of those little things you could do even on Staples and get labels. I've never, it's just nothing that I've even thought of. Never wanted to do anything creative like that. So she printed
Sorry,
it.
if you guys hear blenders and stuff, we are in
Yes,
Freckles
I'm
Juice
sorry.
in the shop. Don't apologize. Business gotta go on. So if y'all hear anything, that's the blender. That means business and juices are being
flourishing.
made. That's
Yes.
it, exactly. And then the little bells, that's the doors of the customers coming in. So that's a good thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
3828 Dyer Ave.
Yeah,
Yep. Anybody who want to come and get a juice, hurry up before this podcast
It's over.
episode is over.
So long story short, so he told me he even emailed me like what they send him after, like when you buy a cleanse, like the instructions and how you do a juice cleanse and what a juice cleanse is about. Never heard of this. Then I got to research it, and literally I gave it to him. And I was in Target one day and I just saw mason jars. I was like, okay, great, I could put the juices in there. I didn't even know how I was gonna give him this. I didn't know where to get bottles. I don't know anything. And I gave him the jars with the juices in it, and he took one picture on Instagram, and I went from having about 100 followers to 500.
Wow.
And after that, I'm telling you, that was February. I quit my job March 17.
All in time.
Full-time job.
All in.
Quit.
Take that leap.
That's it.
Because I was so busy. He put me on his social media and said everyone was hitting me up like, oh, I want what Drizzy got, what Andrew got. They didn't even lose weight yet. Nothing. Like, it was crazy.
Sometimes people just want to be a part of the move.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and then it was then my second customer and his girl did it, and they're very popular too. They put it on their social media, and then bloop, bloop, bloop. Before you know it, I had to hurry up. I didn't even have time to write a business plan.
Wow.
I didn't even have time to think about
That's good.
That's a blessing. Still, even though you have to still go back, like you said,
Yeah,
in the
you still have
beginning,
to
and
go
still
back
do it. But who would have known it happened that way? You know, that
Just like
quick,
that.
just like that.
Just
One
like
minute
that.
you sitting on a regular, not regular job, but a job, like a career.
To be able to quit a job,
and
I think
then
that's
walk away.
everybody's fantasy.
Yeah, that's a fantasy.
that's
Walking away is a
everybody's.
fantasy. I
It
dream
was
of.
A dream, not I should say
right.
fantasy.
Yeah, and then so many other things happened before we got a location, but that'll be a whole nother podcast.
We'll be back.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, just so much. It happened so fast within like a year that I had a location, but it's just
When
2,
you
3.
finally got the shop and now you're getting fruits and vegetables in here, how much research went into going about that part of it? Bringing in fresh fruits, vegetables, like
I literally, honestly, even before I opened the store and I was doing it at home, I knew I couldn't keep buying from like the Korean store or whatever. It cost too much money. I wouldn't make that any money. A friend of mine, 2 friends of mine, they after church they always went to this juice bar. And they told me, like, this guy makes really good juices. Like, you should ask him. I don't know if I think he owns it. I don't know, whatever. So I went in, and I literally was like, I want to start a juice bar, and I don't know if you can help me. And he was like, God sent, because people don't do that.
He didn't give you that type of information.
And he slid me his number, and he was like, call me after work. He didn't own it, but he ran this place so well that everybody thought he was the owner. And after that, he told me every single thing. Even down to when I opened the store, he came and was like, okay, you need to set up this way to make it more functional. And he was just a blessing. He actually left that place and opened his own juice bar. And he always said, like, basically I inspired him because so much people come to him and ask him questions, but they don't really act on it. And he never seen someone go, because it's not as easy as I'm saying it. I went through a lot of like closed doors, you know what I mean? A lot of things didn't go how I thought it would be, but I never gave up. And he always said that, like, he was like, wow, I have to do something. And he opened a juice bar, and it's like really cool because he still sends people here, like some customers, they come and they're like, okay, Ken sent me because they said that, because I told him where I live, and he said if this closer for you, you should come here.
that's a powerful thing.
He's
2
like,
people in the same business and willing to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does that
dope.
all the time.
Not a lot of people do that. It's all about competition and all.
He has come here, had meetings with my staff, with all of us, just encouraging us, like letting us know, like, you just have to push through, stay strong in what we believe in, because, you know, it does get crazy with competition. And just basically we're competing right now between, like, there's a Chinese store next door and there's a pizza shop next door.
So yeah.
Which one you gonna pick? I hear what you're saying.
Now, which is like between the smoothie and the juice? Is either one better than the other? Is there really a difference? Because my vision of a smoothie is like, you know, smoothie milk and so forth.
Right. So most people dip in other juice bars. They make smoothies with yogurt or milk, which would make it very unhealthy. But we actually don't use any dairy or yogurt. We do have yogurt if you want to add it in, but we don't make it like that. We make it with natural juice or even fresh water. So in that way, it's just as healthy as a juice. But you still get the same texture and everything. We have our measurements, so it still comes out fluffy and everything, but we don't do it with sugar, we don't do it with milk, we don't do it with yogurt. So the difference between a juice and a smoothie would be, a smoothie, you blend it, and like even if you wanted to blend your greens like kale, I would suggest a smoothie because you get the fiber and you get all the nutrients. And a juice is when you don't want the pulp and you don't want the fiber, and that's fine too. You do get more nutrients, I believe, with a blender when you blend it, but it might not be the texture you want depending on what you have. So there's certain fruits and vegetables that need to be juiced, like cucumbers, carrots, beets. You wouldn't want to blend it unless you want to eat all that trash. So you still get the nutrients because it's made with water substance. So I mean, not made with water, but you know, it's a liquid.
Yeah.
Once you juice it, it's gonna come liquid. So you're gonna want to juice that. But like strawberries, you don't juice strawberries.
The questions
juice
like
mango.
I'm sorry. Well, questions what Hanee just asked. Do you feel pressure to know those things? Like if customers come in and
you
ask
have
you,
to
you
know.
gotta know, right? Okay. Just making sure. Now you say you mentioned your staff, and I know you have a second shop, right? Congrats on that. How do you go about picking the team, and you know who's gonna be here and be there? How do you go about that? Or how do you go about where you're gonna be?
Honestly, we do have a great manager, and he lets us know where we're gonna be.
You leave it all in the hands of somebody else.
Make it simple.
Yeah. I don't know where to go. Yeah, he'll let us know We get our schedule. We hire though, like regular or Indeed, wherever people come in, leave their application, calls or interviews, just like any other job.
How was it in the beginning of when you first opened up at this location, being accepted in the community? Like, were people just walking by, looking in? How did that go? How did that process go?
Honestly, people were waiting for us to open because we were on social media. I used to do a lot of pop-up shops. I popped up a lot of different places, salons, other people's grand openings. I always ask, oh, can I come and do some smoothies or whatever? And so people knew we were coming. We also did a GoFundMe. People donated for us to open.
Cool.
So it was good, but we did have our slow days. Like, I remember, like, it would be hours and hours and hours before somebody came in. Like, our first winter was crazy. Like, we could have just shut down because it would be like maybe we served 5 people, 10 people a day. So that was our first that was our first winter. It was really bad. But then that spring and that summer came and we were great, and we got to catch up on our bills and our rent and whatever, and staff was always family, so
it worked out better for that.
And I did have a part-time job, so I was paying them with working. I had to keep my part-time job. I quit my full-time job, but I still had my part-time job until 2017. So I was working while they were working, and I had to figure it out.
That's the beginning of business. How it goes.
Juice separates. Is it good or bad when it separates? Because, you know, sometimes when
no, you can separate. Just it's natural.
It's natural. It's natural.
You just have to shake it. It's gonna separate.
How long, since it's fresh juice, how long does it last if you don't drink it instantly?
3 days.
3 days? What happens? Because, you know, some people are like, oh, I could go for the extra day. What happens after the 3rd day?
I mean, the thing is that every day that you have juice sitting, it loses its nutrients.
Okay.
After 3 days, it's dead. You could drink it. It's not going to taste bad, but it just has no nutrients in it. Juice is meant to be drank on the spot.
That's true. That is true.
Any big plans? Any other locations you looking at? Opening up, or you keeping everything wrapped up? You chilling for a second?
I'm chilling. Just chilling.
I know I can see it in your face. I ain't gonna blow you up. You look like you just you want to just chill.
It's a lot of work. You can't.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm just chilling. Other ways to expand, like as far as like our menu and our online store and things like that, different products. But as far as like another location, not this year.
Okay.
Do you believe that juicing is a better option than eating food, like
yes,
a substitute?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, food.
Is that bad now?
I just don't.
I mean,
it's like crazy because like I've been fasting. I've been on a juice fast for a little while, and I broke it on a Friday. And I was like, all right, whatever. It's Mother's Day. I'm gonna eat, and right now I feel so sick. I want to throw up.
I get
don't
that
feel
feeling.
good.
I get that feeling. If I'm not, eating.
Especially when you eat. Like honestly, I had IHOP, and I just want to throw. I feel so sick.
I hate IHOP.
Oh.
It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't like it.
It's like I didn't have it in so long, and I was like, okay, whatever. Since I'm cheating, let's do it big. Like, I want pancakes. Oh, God, it was the worst decision. Like, I just can't. And it's like, oh, tomorrow I'm making sure I'm coming here before I even go to my place. I'm having my drink. I don't know. Food is like, if I'm not cooking it, forget it.
Have you inspired anybody, friends or family, to react to food the way you just react?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
All my friends.
You recruiting them all?
Like, they all
Roping
come.
them all in.
Yeah, they're like,
Nah.
Yeah, it's like if I'm not cooking for myself, then it's just like,
that's the
forget
only time
it.
I really like to eat is if I'm
I can't do with the
difference.
The outside food. It's just too much salt. It's just like it's just no good. Especially they're cooking for a whole bunch of people, so they have to season it a certain way.
You
can't knock them. But honestly, like juicing is really, trust me, how you make it matters. You make it make it to your taste. It's still better than anything you're gonna buy on the street. If you could make it in the mornings at home, I suggest you do that. You know what I mean? For breakfast, you don't have to be eating bacon, egg, and cheese, bagel, this, that. Like,
That's a tough transition.
it's just like
Tough.
it's not tough. You just have to do it.
I mean, besides coming to Freckles Juice, how would you help anybody else transition from dropping food?
That's what I'm
to
saying.
that?
Make
Like,
it at
how-
home. Get a blender. Get a bullet. It's
Yeah.
like $30. I don't know
the
how
bullet
much.
is decent.
Yeah. Buy your fruit. You freeze it. You can make it the night before.
I see people do
You know what I mean? Put it in the
Frost
fridge.
in the morning.
Sip it. Put a little honey in it. Get the sweetened almond milk.
People get lazy. And
The
just,
almond milk
yeah.
with that sweetened the vanilla flavor.
Right,
what?
right.
Strawberry banana.
You taking notes?
You put a little oats.
Get
Put
some-
oatmeal in
Nah,
it.
we say with a thing of oats in it.
Yeah, put some oats in it. You know what I mean? It's better.
I mean, I'm just a food lover, but I mean,
That's what it is.
I do
The only
love food
time
too. I'm not
I-
saying I don't love food, but it's just like if I can't cook it, I don't want it that much. Occasionally, you know what I mean. And there's certain places too.
do you think exercising got to go with juicing? You can do
No.
one without the
It's
other.
the one without the other.
Yeah.
It's 80-20.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
It's 80-20.
Right.
Do you
You
feel like
should though. It keeps your muscles and
is
stuff
is
like
there
that.
any fruit with too much sugar that's just?
Well,
Because some people will take it to the
Mang-
extreme and then just have their favorite fruit all the time, and that fruit
it's
might
fine. You
taste
can have a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
The thing is, that don't add like the honey or the agave to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then drink a lot of water. You don't have so certain fruits. You're right. So like mango is very high in sugar. You don't, like your base, like instead of like using milk, you can use water.
Right.
You don't add the extra sugar to it. You just keep.
Keep it at a minimum.
Yeah, you don't have to use the whole fruit. Use half. You use half avocado. The avocado, mango avocado together is amazing. It gives it the creamy taste. All you need is ice and a little water. You don't need no yogurt. You don't need anything.
I'm good with the ice. Anytime
I like
I ever
ice.
got a juice,
Yeah.
I'm good with just ice.
Yeah, you don't need a little water so to blend.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
other
yeah.
than that, you don't need milk and stuff.
If now you're a family woman, is that how you're raising the fam?
Oh,
That's how we doing it.
Yeah, I don't
see
give the
it that
baby
way.
any canned food or
Yeah.
bottled food.
Start it
we make
off
it
now.
everything. Everything. We make it. His baby food. We make it in the blender. His sweet potatoes. His greens. His fruits.
All
Mango.
that stuff look crazy.
spinach. Yeah, he
That
loves
stuff
it.
look crazy. I know they love it. They love it.
Yeah.
So where does
And it's-
Freckle Juice get?
Don't say the name. That's cliche.
say it.
That's
Everybody-
I'm looking at her. I'm thinking
I had
I
that
know
question
the
and I'm
reason,
just not
but
gonna ask
I just
it.
want to hear her say, "Where did you get the name Freckle?"
who caught like this? Somebody just I know.
You
I
see
know
a
you.
lot.
No,
I know
the
it.
thing is, it's so crazy because I didn't think of it.
No, I mean I
Until
didn't
later.
expect you to. Somebody else
Really?
probably. Oh,
No, let me tell you the story, and it's the truth. So I was on social media, and then I got off, right? And then I had a fake page. Remember, I was telling you, I was creeping,
FBI.
right? And the fake page was Freckles Juice. I don't know why that came to my mind to just say Freckles Juice, but I didn't have my pictures up and stuff like that. And then while I was doing like the back end, like the same guy that I was telling you about who helped me, I call him my mentor in a way. When I asked him like, how do you start a juice bar? Like, what's the first thing he said? Well, you need a name, and you need to like get your name, get your business later. You get your business certified and stuff like that, and whatever the case may be. So I was like, Dad, what am I gonna name it? Like, I don't even know. And then I was like, okay. And I just like was Googling things, like what should I name the juice bar? And then I was like, okay, I want it to be like a natural, like the energy I wanted to have. Like I want us to sell different products, maybe like shampoo. Because at the time I had a friend in Texas and she was making like shampoo and stuff like that. So I said to her she could like, send me stuff. I would sell it in my store. So I was like, maybe I'll name it like Natural Fuse. Like, a fuse of different things, all natural. So when I put my paperwork in for that name, it did get approved. The last day I was logging in to my Instagram and I typed Freckles Juice. And I was like,
Why?
whoa, that name sounds cute. Like, and then it was crazy because this girl called me that I would talk to here and there, and she was like, I was praying and I saw the name Freckles Juice for your business with a green to it, and da-da-da. And I was like, that's crazy, because like I literally called LegalZoom to change the name to Freckles Juice, but it was too late.
Yeah.
Because it already went through for Natural Fuse Bar. And she was like, well, I don't know. That name is it, though.
Run that back.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to just have to pay. So I own 2 names.
It's okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm serious.
Well, pay the taxes under one. Got Freckles Juice out on the front. That's not a bad thing. I had a good one, too. I was going to ask, with all the hard work going on and stuff like that, everybody needs time for themselves. What do you do when you finally get that time for yourself? Sleep?
I took like a 2-hour nap today. Felt like heaven.
I'll keep you're fresh. I'm sorry. Enjoy your sleep.
She just had a baby.
Right.
Yeah. Sleep.
I was gonna ask, was you into anything Netflix? Because I know there's like a lot of eating type shows and stuff like that.
No, but we do plan to like expand into the media, because my cousin, who has been with us from day one, Andre, they started a radio station. It's Freckles Juice Radio. But he's the owner of the radio station, and so right now we're in radio. I'm gonna do some YouTube videos, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So never know.
You never know. Freckles Juice, you guys might get your documentary.
Yeah, a lot of people have access.
Let me tell you something. There's not a lot of things going on in the Bronx. I mean, there is, but not from us. You know what I'm saying? Like people from here that knows about here, and like, for you to have a juice spot in the Bronx, like I'm always gonna be like, wow, she has a juice box in the Bronx, and she's one of the first that I've ever like seen. Like, that you didn't, like you said, like when I was getting juice or ever gotten juice, it was always downtown by my job. Mm-hmm. It was not in the Bronx. It wasn't. Let me get off a regular train station and here's the juice spot. So that's great for what you're doing to this. Yeah, this is super convenient. Like I it was super convenient. I didn't use my GPS, but then I ended up walking past and then I had to double pack because I'm looking down but I honestly already knew where it was. I'm like, I already know where this place is, just in my mind. So it's a great convenient spot, like, and then there's a nice area.
Yeah,
too.
and it's funny because this is not the spot that I wanted when I thought of it. It wasn't. I was actually looking at a spot on Gun Hill Road by the 4 train station near the hospital, and I was like,
up there, okay.
By Montefiore.
Yeah.
And I was like, this would be great for a juice bar. And
the doctors, that's all.
Yeah, I was like, the hospital and blah blah blah.
Could you imagine trying to stay in business in that area?
It's so funny because they got like 5 juice bars now.
Really?
And I saw one already closed down.
It's
and they have like a deli that sells juices, and I heard the juices are good. So it's like, and who knows, it's probably like dirt cheap because they sell a million other things. You could get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. You know what I mean? In the same place you could get your juice. So there's no need for them to charge too much for it. Anyway, I'm sure you could get a large for like $5.
Right.
Because, they're not looking for organic or anything like that. They're going to get whatever they could get, and who cares? They're gonna make their money anyway. They sell everything. It's like a no-brainer. Of course, I'm gonna buy my juice there. Why would I go down the block and spend $10 on a juice?
You mentioned something organic. Do you use organic fruits and stuff like that? Yeah,
we try when it's in the market.
I was about to say the market.
When it's like, if it's available due to the season or anything like that, we always try to get organic first.
Now, Freckle Juice is more than just a juice shop. I see on Instagram that you guys have sipping pains. Mm-hmm. I've seen like different type of classes in here.
Yeah.
So how do you guys go about keeping the community involved, like as far as the events and which ones to choose and those things? I seen the Mother's Day thing yesterday too.
Yeah, that was really nice. Well, Ava, she's a part of the team, and she's also a photographer, and that's something that was her event, and she did it at both locations.
Okay.
So she basically offered that you come in with whoever your loved one, you want to take a picture, and she prints it on a canvas. So it's just like this, like you see that canvas right there. So it'll be like the picture, and she just had like a nice. It was just so sweet. Like it was so nice, and even in the mall she did it. Wow. So that was like her idea. Every one of us, we have our own ideas. If we want to do an event, then a lot of people reach out to us and want to rent the space. So the space is available for rent. So that's why you will see so many different events.
Okay.
Like the sip and paint. The lady wanted to have a sip and paint to get her name out, and so she rented the space and she promoted it, and she had a sip and paint. Really, we have like a book club. That's my event. That's my for the kids, because I like the children, and I feel like we should read, and
you gotta do that to the kids.
So the kids come. That's my event. We have another event that we're slacking on. We need to have it more. The Return of the X, where we do like live open mic, poetry. So that's like something that we do for the community. People they always hit us on Instagram, when can we perform, stuff like that. So then we'll have like that event. We'll have our anniversary, just so that we can always be in the community and have different events. So
I like that you guys are really, keeping it more than just a juice shop. People are always gonna know this place is more than just.
It definitely is.
Juice.
It definitely is. It's
Have
like
a good one.
tonight. It's definitely where juice meets culture. It is, juicing is a culture in itself.
Yeah.
Plus we add our culture as far as the art shows and the open mics, and then now honestly we're growing and moving more into like a health and wellness. And like you said, is it all about juicing and the taste? At first it was, because it was like, oh, this don't taste good, we're not selling it, but now as we all research, and I'm going back to school actually.
Congratulations.
I'm doing like holistic training, and just learning more about the things that we have and what works together. See, the thing is that our communities, we could do everything for taste, but we are dying. We really are dying. Like, there's high blood pressure, there's diabetes. I told you at 24, I had high cholesterol.
I just got a colonoscopy.
Hello.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So the thing is, it wasn't by choice that I wanted to move into nutrition and wellness. It's the demand.
Right.
It's what you always have to start a business because of a need. You have to solve a problem.
Something happened.
Else, it makes no sense. It doesn't make sense if you have a business and you're not solving a problem. Because then,
what's the purpose?
What's really the purpose? You know what I mean?
All of this into it for.
And we need to heal our communities, because it's just really sad to see that. I looked up the statistics, and overweight, obesity is killing our children more than any other cause.
I can't believe
it.
It's
the second killer that's preventable. That means you could prevent obesity. It's preventable, but it's killing us. So when I look at that, and as we get into the schools, we're doing like smoothie days, and we just did like on PS 87. We did a school in Riverdale. As we get into the schools, and the kids, they want the juice though. They do want it, but they have to be exposed. At a young age. Else, it's unhealthy kids that grow up to be unhealthy adults. But it's because of the unhealthy adults that's raising these unhealthy children.
Giving the trash, putting the trash in the fridge, and just giving it to them, or taking them to go buy the trash.
This and that. It's nothing wrong. And it's nothing wrong with that. Treating your child to McDonald's. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh no, I will never go to McDonald's with my child." It's not that, but it's all about a balance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, your child have to understand, like, okay, that is a treat. We go there, whatever, but that's not what you eat every day. You cook for yourself. You don't eat pizza every day. Listen, when I ask the children, these are kindergarten to 5th grade, and I asked them, what are unhealthy choices? They all knew what was unhealthy. Pizza, McDonald's, Burger King, candy. So they do know. But are they given the option to have a healthier
they can't
option?
Go and provide for themselves.
Exactly.
So
So
it's definitely
they
from
do
us,
know.
the parents.
Yeah. So they know that it's not healthy. And I asked them, okay, what is healthy? Some kids said being a vegan. These kids are so cute.
Kids are the funniest, most honest. Kids, like, whatever they hear, they're gonna repeat. That's just what it is.
So that's what they were saying. They said being a vegan. Yes.
They on the right track.
You know what I mean? So that's to show you that they have an interest and we can expose them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we won't have these same issues in generations to come. So now, even though it was all about taste and this tastes good and that tastes good, now we're moving so to like, look, let's offer things. So we have a detox menu, you know, things that has like no sugar at all or whatever. And you know what? People want it. People get it.
Yeah.
People want it. They order it. The turmeric shots, they order it. We sell out every day. You know what I mean? So even though I was thinking, no, nobody's gonna like it because it tastes nasty, little do you know, people do care about their health and they do want to make healthier options, even if it's 2 times a week.
It's true.
That is true.
These kids, like, well, my son's school, they don't give unhealthy stuff. Like, if they bring like a snack that's unhealthy, it's confiscated. Like, that's, yeah. His they're real big on health. He's in a charter school. He's in Harlem Children's Zone.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't have said that. I don't know about it, but yeah, he's real particular. Like, they have salad. They eat like egg, like boiled eggs, like, you know, protein. They try to get them stuff like fresh, like plantain type chips and those things. Like, he's coming home with stuff. Like, if I go downtown and bought it, it's like $2 a bag or $2.50 a bag, like little small bags, but they give it at his school. So I'm like glad that they do that and they need to practice that more in the schools. But
yeah, they do.
Not all schools have that opportunity to have that money for those type of. And they could.
They could
switch off some
stuff.
They could. Because it's all about sacrifice. Just like, but you know what it is? It's like we're in an underprivileged community, so it is what it is. But I mean, we pay taxes just like every other county and every other district. True. So it's really because like PS 87, I'm telling you, that school is amazing. That principal really cares. Like the programs that she has put into that school, I'm like, first of all, the children were going to do the smoothie day and it was going to be $4 a head. So just like they're going on a trip, they would have just paid the $4 instead of, instead of going somewhere, we were coming to them. The principal returned everybody's money and paid for us to come. Wow. You understand? Yeah. And obviously it's not easy, but she felt the need for it. And she really cut back on certain things so that they can have that. You know what I mean? So it's like really but the parents are very involved in that school. You know, the PTA, you know what I mean? So it's like if we're not involved in our kids' school,
that's important. Like, you could put a figure in a school that want to change everything, but if the support is not coming from the community surrounding the school,
that's what it is. The parents care. I'm telling you,
people who are involved in the kid's life. You know what I'm saying?
That's what really makes and breaks schools. That's why certain schools have certain things and others don't. It's all the funding, but the funding comes by what we want. Like, do you guys want to do a pizza day versus a smoothie day? You know what I mean? Because they have pizza days.
Of course. The little round, Elio's looking pizzas.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I'm okay with them. Do it once a week. Like you said, a treat. And that's it. Salad.
Yeah.
Some greens, something like that. I'm going to get you out of here. One last question. I know I want to get this. You having this. Well, now it's 2 questions because she just said something maybe. You having this location in the Bronx and one in White Plains now. How is the foot traffic being in the mall than being outside and like available so everyone can see as opposed to being indoors in the mall? Do you feel like the traffic is more contained in the mall? In the mall, yeah. You know, honestly, we only opened in October. Yeah. So it's not fair to really say yet because a lot of people are learning about us. We actually had an event in White Plains because people Google things and Yelp us. They saw that we were a juice bar and they asked us to come to their office. So it's just like that's the same things that we do here. Even though we're in a mall, we're still acting as if it's a storefront. Like, we had an event yesterday, I told you, on Sunday. It's the same event that she did here. We bring the culture wherever we go. So it kind of works out the same. Actually, and
Yeah, so I can't really answer that fairly yet because I'm getting customers that literally come there on their lunch break and leave. Like they don't even get anything else in the mall. They just literally just came to get a juice.
Yeah,
and then they're out because they saw it online. They Googled it.
How important? Well, I know you've gone over the social media thing and everything in the beginning for the business and all. Do you think that's very important for somebody to start their new business in this time and age?
Yeah.
You don't think they could get away without? No? I'll leave it at that.
I don't think so. My boyfriend would beg to differ because his business, he doesn't really... he doesn't advertise on social media, but he is on Google and Yelp.
Yeah.
And
Other
things.
social platforms.
It's still social media.
Yeah, no matter which way you
no
look
matter
at it.
which
I think
way you
people
put
hear
at
social
it.
media, they think Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
things.
Yeah.
It's still, you have to... I don't care what you're doing. It doesn't matter. You have to have an online presence.
Yeah,
Right.
This is true.
Right.
You have to have an online presence. Even like as your podcast. Do you guys have a website or a landing page?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Pretty
just need
much.
something like a link just so they could go on it. Like, oh, this is what they're about. This is what their podcast is about. Okay, cool. Now I'll download it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, Chinese for some, even they're still on Google though. The Chinese places and the pizza shops. That's
They
still,
they definitely
yeah, they are. Cause like you put in Chinese store, you gonna see Chang
The
Young
one way
pop
in
up.
the-
They all gonna pop up.
0.1 mile away from your
Right.
house, all of that.
They don't-
We just
Yeah.
Googled Chinese last week. I'm doing Chinese food. Chinese food.
And
And
all
Yeah,
the
they
videos
all
on my
gonna
boss.
come. They
we
all
called like 3, and then they said they don't deliver in that area. But
Yeah.
why come up?
Listen, they still have to come up because
Exactly.
it is.
Right. Right.
But like social media, as far as like Instagram, I feel like it's a great platform. It's like amazing for a free.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
It's like,
I think it always keeps you connected.
and
like
it's
you
crazy
can
because
touch the people.
have
you
to.
could get connected. People really get to know you through social media, and then there's just like it makes the world that much smaller. You know what I mean? There's so
Yeah.
much people everywhere I go. They be like, oh, I saw that juice somewhere. You know what I mean? They don't have to know me. They might know someone else that works here or something. We just keep it rolling.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're likely to visit somewhere too if you've seen it on social media. So if someone posted it, that you never heard of it, you saw somebody post it, then you're walking by, you're like, dang, I saw that. I'm gonna buy it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This
I
has
want
been
you to
awesome.
before we let you go, shout out your team. Let
Yeah.
everybody know where to find you. Instagram, the page for the business. Let everybody know where the shop is in White Plains.
And any upcoming events.
Yeah,
that you
anything
may
coming
have.
up
Okay.
before you get up out of here.
I just want to say thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And I hope I was speaking clear enough because I really
No,
stuck with
I
the
was
mic.
watching the whole time.
It's fine? Okay. Okay, because I'm still like really super shy.
No,
Even
it's
though I'm
fine.
trying, like
This
I'm
one,
just
She's
so
still
shy.
working out her
I'm
kinks.
still learning, yeah.
I'm telling you, but
So what we're
so
at?
you can find us at
30?
38.
You guys can go ahead.
You can go. Just walk around. It's fine.
We're at 3828.
We're at 3828.
The original OG,
All right,
original
we're
location.
at the, yes, 3828 Zaire Avenue is the last stop on the 5 train. Get off at
Yes.
Zaire, a few stories down. And the next location is the City Center Mall in White Plains. It's the mall that has the Target, the Nordstrom, and
Gotcha.
yeah, because it's like 3 different malls.
Thanks for
It's
clearing
the
that up.
one across from the
Walmart. Yeah.
right? Okay,
I know. That's the one I would have went to.
Okay, because like a lot of people be like, I'm in the Galleria and I can't find you.
That,
no.
I think that's what it is. Just
Yeah,
say,
it's in the
well,
city
if you know
center.
Galleria, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like right Target's down there, whatever. And what events do we have coming up? Nothing right now as far as an event. But, you know, if you follow us on social media, Freckles Juice with 2 E's, you'll see that we always post our events if we're going to have something. So that's really it. Follow us on Freckles Juice, 2 E's, yeah.
2 E's, Freckle Juice. Thank you again.
Thank
this is
you.
Both Sides with DJ.
And honey,
We'll be back.
after these messages. think I may get back into
No,
juicing.
that was perfect.
It is a country.
This is
You should. I'm telling you. I can't wait. I'm like, no, I took this. I feel like I was eating, but oh my god, it's 8:30.
Oh no.
You want to try again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back, you guys, to both sides. That's DJ, and I'm Honey.
Wait, how they know that's me and that's you if they just listening?
Oh,
See,
because
that's what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying,
Okay.
I'm not in your
Welcome
voice.
back, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to thank Felicia Forbes and her great staff for allowing us into Freckles Juice Bar. Make sure you guys go check out the Bronx location, 3828 Dyer Avenue. And the White Plains, I believe, is in the Center Mall. So you guys go check that out as well, new location. Thank you again. Thanks to the staff. Even got a nice contact in there. Shout out to Andre, who I met in there, real cool dude. We was chatting up a whole bunch of talking about sound and video and all these things. So the vibe as soon as you walk in there. Matter of fact, when you guys were watching the video, I'm pretty sure you guys saw
Yeah, they took it live.
or heard a lot of activity. That juice brings a vibe. People are in there like just coming to just enjoy the environment that she created. So shout out to them. Shout out to that juice bar. Really, really proud of her and what she's done.
And actually have the Bronx be aware.
Yes, shout out to my borough. See, we doing.
Oh man.
Come on.
Okay, shout out. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
we got a little something.
You
We
know,
got
you
it
gotta
at the
start
top of the
something. You
Bronx.
gotta plant
You know
a
what I'm
seed
saying?
somewhere to start awareness of certain things.
Exactly. So there she doing her thing.
Yeah.
So she did say she shouted out Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Don't
she
yeah, exactly. So
'Cause she country.
again, thanks to them. Next week
Yeah.
we will not have an episode playing on Friday. Next week we'll be enjoying Memorial Day weekend. We
like
hope that
the
you
rest of you
guys
guys.
will be doing the same, being safe.
Bless you guys.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I want everybody to be safe. Enjoy their weekend. If you're gonna party safely. If you're gonna spend time with family, take care of your family, love, and then enjoy it.
Right.
We will be back with the season finale May 31st.
Greatest content.
The greatest content. I like that. Where you get that from? That's
just
yours. You better TM that one. Yeah, you gotta TM
Mine.
that.
I said it first.
You can have it, but TM it. I'm letting you know. Say it again.
Greatest content ever.
Yeah, we'll be in Atlanta next, May 31st in 2 weeks. You guys will get that episode May 31st. Shout out to everybody who has participated on the Both Sides podcast. We couldn't be blessed and thankful enough. You guys make sure you go and subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Google, all those listening platforms that you guys have. Just want to thank a whole bunch of guests, and I'm going to go down the list real quick because I don't know how much of a chance in Atlanta we'll be able to do that, but I may do it again. So shout out to just a few people at the top of my head: Dalton, Andre and Rachel, Nadine and Jason, the Lovebirds, Kevin and Bryn, Madam CFO,
Brian Scartosi.
Mr. Scartosi. That's dope. I like that. Brian Scartosi. Shout out to Shawnette Fluid.
Your mom.
My mom who was on last week for Mother's Day. Shout out to Storyteller Tone. Shout out to the 31st Gang.
Shout out to
Erica Starr, who is very helpful in this handling this. So just shout out to anybody who forgetting.
Yeah, you said brother.
I did. Yeah, if I forgot anybody.
Oh no, one more. We can't miss them either. Mr. Rubbermatic, part of Rubbermatic.
Yes, shout out. DJ
Eddie
Nosatelli, for real. Thank you to him. He was actually our first guest on video. So shout out to him.
He
He can't
gave us a
fail.
lot
Anybody
of
we
job,
forgot,
yeah.
we'll definitely shout them out next week in the next episode. Because I'm gonna write a list and be real careful with that. Everybody who's a part of this process. So we're going to take a week off. We'll see you guys May 31st. This is Both Sides with DJ
And Hanee.
podcast. Y'all be safe.
And stay blessed.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. We would like to give thanks to the various artists who contribute to all our episodes.
Have a happy Friday.
What are you doing? If you guys could fully see this.
That's it.